Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone, to another cryptocurrency market update. It is currently Wednesday, June 5th, 2019. We are about 15 minutes to the daily candle closure. It is 6:45 p.m. and this week is absolutely wonderful so far. So wonderful. I thought it deserved a midweek market update, and I'm sure you guys aren't complaining about it. I hope everyone has had a very successful trading week so far. Myself and my team have been doing very well, and because of that, I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's update the charts. It's been a couple weeks since our last video. Very busy behind the scenes. So, without further ado, let's get to it. This is going to be a rather quick update just because it is still midweek, and I usually like to do further depth analysis at the end of the week on Sunday after the weekly candle closure to get some confirmation. A lot can change. Although we are only, we're halfway through the week right now, and some people look at this as, yeah, the week's almost over, we're halfway done. No, no, no. In crypto, things can absolutely flip like a dime. So we're going to make this a brief update. We're going to stick to Bitcoin for this. It's going to be mostly focused on the higher time frame, as right now we're basically just consolidating and ping ponging on the daily and the smaller time frames. So starting off with the weekly, as you can see, last week we had this. Let's get off this line real quick. Last week we had the high wave doji right here, indicating a lot of indecision in the marketplace. Although we did have a strong monthly candle closure, popping out back there really quickly. In May, very strong week, 52% increase on Bitcoin. And the strong point was that we did close above the $8,500 prior swing high through here. So very strong sentiment there. And guys, we can't lie. After 2 weeks, I mean 2 months, excuse me, we're on the monthly time from here. 2 months absolutely rocketing to the upside. This surge, it definitely makes a lot of sense that we do see some pullback, and I'm going to explain why that could be the case, and it's kind of looking like that, indicating here in the very early stages of the week so far. But anyway, back to the weekly. As you can see, we had that closure above the $8,500 resistance, and that was a support zone for a little bit. However, immediately from the market open on Sunday, beginning of the week, we saw some downside pressure, some selling, and we did dip below the $8,000, the prior low of the week last week. So resistance, I mean, support levels were broken. People were kind of, oh my gosh, this is the pullback. I told you so, this and that, this and that. Guys, yeah, we've all heard it. We've all heard it. Now, this is healthy. Like I said, 52% increase in May. This has to be expected. This is why we always recommend profit taking at these major resistance zones. And although we definitely can continue to the upside, it's always nice to trim some profits. Even if you were to trim some at 87 here at the end of the week, buy some back at 8,000. So it's still a nice dip in price. But I do think that we could potentially be setting up for a little bit lower price action. Like I said, I'm going to wait till the weekly candle closure to confirm that downside. However, right here in the middle of the week, it does look like that is the case. Some people profit taking, some people exiting the market and locking in their gains, maybe just taking it off, taking some de-risking their portfolio right now. All healthy and all should be expected. You can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish candles in a row. Basically a flat candle right through here. Not perfect, but almost. And this has to be expected. We're going to see a retracement at some point. Even if it is just brief like this, even if we start pulling up at the end of the week and close as a hammer candle, or just kind of a 2 week flag, a bull flag pattern before heading up to the 10K region, that we're going to see these dips. That is very healthy. However, the levels that I am watching, of course, are the 8,000, the prior weekly low, and this the 7455 region, the 7455 level. That is the high from this prior week and this week, and then the prior week before last, the low from there. Very bullish hammer candle down through there. So these are very strong prices that we want to hold if you're a bull, and if you're targeting an upside continuation in the short term, then I do want to see these levels respected and to get bought off, kind of like we're doing right now. If we do close, hypothetically, if this is Sunday now, 7 o'clock Sunday, and this is how we close, I do probably think that we should continue down to the lower to the downside, just from a purely technical standpoint of a high wave candle closing below that confirms the indecision, and now the bears and the sellers are in control. So I do think that we have moderate selling pressure right now if we close like this on the weekly. However, if we close below the 74.55 level, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, then I think that definitely does confirm downside. Now, where can we target? Where can we target to the downside? Obviously, we've had a considerable run up, and a lot of prior resistance zones have been absolutely blasted through. We haven't really tested much of this. Now we could obviously see some major retrace through here, but I'm more on the camp that I think the first stop on our descent with a break of this level would be the $6,000 zone. Really, you can see anything from the weekly high up through here at the end of April, which was the monthly high. We can see up through there, and we can see about 6,200 to 5,700, 5,750. We can see this zone retested. Now this is a monthly support zone. Well, it hasn't been tested as support yet, but prior support should act as support once again. At least that's the theory. Even if it's this brief consolidation before a lower descent, we're address that when we get there. Now, for now, I'm not saying this is anything to get too crazy about. Don't exit everything. Don't go ultra short right here. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that obviously, if you're in the trading patterns and trends trading group on Slack, you've been alerted that there is some profit taking zones that we took advantage of, whether we're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP for the majors, maybe some altcoins as well. But this is healthy, trimming some profits. Obviously, if you were buying at the beginning of this year, you're up at least 100%, even more on some of the other assets there. So, guys, how much more can you ask for in just a couple months? With the likes of the stock market, forex market, futures market, where do you get 100% increase in just a few months? Besides some shitty penny stock, And so, guys, just be very thankful for this, for this run up. And I know it took a lot of people by surprise, but I hope that you were on board on this move. And if you were, make sure to trim some profits, because down at the beginning of 2019, you could have only been dreaming that we'd be talking about the 9,000 region. So, yep, that's just my rant right through there. Now heading in a little bit closer, fine look to wrap up this video here. On the daily chart, obviously you can see we can't lie. There is a double top-esque pattern here on the daily after rejecting that 9,000 region. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I definitely was expecting a push to the upside, the 10K region here on the end of May at the 30th. Intraday, we saw the break up through 9,000. I was pretty excited myself, and I definitely was saying that I was expecting the $10,000 region next. However, intraday reversal absolutely flipped to the downside, and nothing too major. Like I said, was able to take some profits off there. I was in a leveraged long there as well, so able to get trailed out in profits. Nothing too major. This shouldn't startle you too much. So that was the case there, coming up and making a lower high, forming that double top especially if you're looking at the line graph right around there. It's an even clearer picture. But on the other side, the other argument through there is we are making higher lows on the daily chart through here. If we take a picture of that, and let me just really emphasize what I mean by that. Let's take a look at this potentially, guys. If we do hold this daily trend line, and we have the original low through here, higher low through here, not by much, but still a higher low, making the new higher high, higher low. Now, if we do hold this and bounce off through here, we could be setting up for a retest of the $9,000 region, and from there, we're discuss about possible upside from there. I don't necessarily see that happening, by in today or tomorrow. I think that we're most likely going to consolidate through here, potentially see a push up to the 8,000 to retest that the prior weekly low. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like discussing this too much, but I do have an intraday long position running right now on Bitcoin from the low through here, 7,600, and I am targeting the $8,200 region through here. If we do see a push up midweek, whether you're ultra bearish right now and you're saying, well, Tony, that's a double top. Why are you going long? Well, double tops, and we need to retest the neckline. That would be about there. And like I said, for all we know right now, this is a higher low, and we could be on that the weekly bull flag right through here. So guys, just keep the higher time frame in mind. We're still in for the year, at least we're in a bullish trend right through here. I'm not saying this is the bull run by any measure, but we are in a bull trend. Take advantage of it. Keep in mind the macro trend, the weekly and the daily trend is still intact. Couple of days of selling through here should not let that change your biased. I don't know where these people get their analysis from, where they're bullish, they're bearish, they're bullish, they're bearish. I don't know. It's like a stoplight just flipping colors, except stoplights are a lot more methodical. Anyway, guys. Anyway, that's it for now. Let's see how this plays out. 3 minutes of the daily closure. So just an inside candle consolidation through here. Zooming in really quick to see what I saw there. Really nice through here. We have 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drives to the lower end. I did get filled on their most recent one through here on the hourly. Really beautiful. And I'm looking, obviously I have stop losses intact. If we see that, the dip to the downside and start seeing some selling into the end of the week, I'll be prepared for that. And I won't sweat it. So anyway, guys, let's see how this plays out, and I will talk to you guys at the end of the week.